Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock. Happy Thursday to you all again. So guys, I wanted to chat with you all about something that crossed my mind as I was driving. And guys, if you happen to be new to my page, thank you so much and welcome to my channel, All Things Positivity. So I wanted to talk to you all about a topic that came to my spirit when I was driving. And it was something that I actually dealt with a lot this week. And that was ungrateful people. Here's the thing, what a lot of people don't realize is your gratitude for the small things is what opens the doors to bigger things. Even when you feel like you're not where you want to be, God is watching you. He's watching you to see how are you treating and respecting the small things he give you, because he's monitoring you. Because if you're doing the right thing, he will give you increase. But if you're not respecting and taking shortcuts and doing a little sneaky petty stuff, he's going to snatch that blessing from you. And when he snatches it, you're not going to get it back. He's going to give it to somebody who will be more grateful. He's going to give somebody else that chance. So as you're sitting and you're doing sneaky things and you really think you're getting away with it because no one has brought it to your attention yet, or you haven't lost your job or lost that marriage or lost that thing yet, it's coming. It's coming. So all God is doing is taking notes. He's setting up, the next person or the next thing behind the scenes. So when you are dismissed from whatever the blessing is, he's going to move somebody right on in to take your blessing. So I'm very aware. We all are aware that people are going through a lot right now, and so many people are not working and, just don't even know where their next meal is coming from, literally. And you have people out here who have a job, still complaining about their job. They don't like the job. They this and that. And I get it. I think we all have been there. But you have to shift your thinking. Because when you can shift your thinking to think like, oh my God, I don't even want to be here. I got to stop saying that. I got to stop saying, oh my God, it's so in my vocabulary and I got to stop saying it. Somebody convicted me about that on my Instagram. So you have to shift your thinking. It's almost like, okay, I don't like this job. I'm not getting paid what I want. Shift the thinking. However, many people don't have a job right now. However, somebody don't have $1 to put towards their rent or their mortgage. I may have $300 from this job. So no, I don't have all of it, but I have something. So when God sees that you're grateful for the small things, he will then in turn send you more blessings in different ways to put with what you have. And people truly don't get this. What they want to do is they want to be upset at people that they think they have more than them, and they don't see the sacrifices that these people have made. They're thinking that people were just handed certain blessings. No. These people had nothing at one point, but because they were grateful and God saw that he can entrust them with small things, then eventually God increases. He tests you again. He prepares you again. He watches you again, and he increases some more. But on the flip side, he watches you and you think you're doing some sneaky stuff. You think you're getting away with it. You're thinking nobody's seen it. He's watching you. And so it seems to you like, okay, I've been doing this for X amount of months, X amount of years. Obviously, I'm good. Keep thinking you're good. What God is doing, he's working behind the scenes. He's lining some things up. And what's going to happen is, right, he's getting somebody else prepared for that blessing. But he's also going to be sure that once he snatches the rug from under you, it's going to be a long time before you see another blessing. Because he tries to give you a blessing and you didn't even appreciate it. You're ungrateful for the people that he placed into your life to be able to even help you. So let me give you a couple of examples this week that I've encountered. All right, so you guys know, or if you don't know, I was moving earlier this week. So the elevators broke down when the movers were moving me. So it was Monday, okay? Nobody wants to be to work on Monday. So, well, they didn't. I'm just like, listen, it's Monday. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to have a job. That's how I am on Monday. Monday to me is just as great as Friday. But there were 3 guys that came. One was he was older than the other 2 guys. And he was very upbeat, It was cold. It was Monday, but he was very upbeat. Like, hey, hey, Miss Rock, very upbeat. The other two, half asleep on the elevator, didn't even say good morning. The minute they got in the elevator, head hit the wall, trying to take a quick 30-second nap, didn't want to be there. Okay, opened up the unit, realized how heavy the things were, and just didn't want to be there. Right? So I don't want you to touch my things. If you're tired, if you have a hangover, I don't want you handling my things, because I know I got some great things, and I don't need you to be mishandling my things because you don't want to be at your job. So God had it fixed where the elevators did break down, right? So I didn't have to deal with this particular group again. I eventually got a different group the next day, but the same group that I'm talking about, the 3 guys, well, they weren't able to do the move fully, right? And it's not their fault. The elevators broke down. That's not their fault. They still use their time to come to help me. But because that one guy energy was where it was supposed to be, and he was just grateful and happy to be there, he could have really made a foot, because he didn't really get his full pay because all the other stuff had happened or whatever. But the other two, they went to sit in the truck or whatever, and I called the one guy over and I gave him $100 just to thank him for his upbeat spirit, to basically bless him. And in turn, he actually ended up blessing me with some great words, because I was just going through it. That was the same day I had to fire staff and all that stuff. So he in turn blessed me with some words. So I poured into him. I blessed him financially, and he poured into me spiritually. So guess what? I very well was going to bless the other 2 guys, because again, they did what they could. But you didn't want to be to work. So guess what? You missed your blessing. All right? So staff I had to fire. Okay? That was Monday as well. So I was going through my, my little emotions, because I was very fond of her or whatever. And then once I got my mind right, which that usually don't take long, like even if something hit me like that, it'll take me, a few hours or maybe a good 24 hours where God really shifts my thinking back towards the direction that it needs to be, which is spiritually. When I ran this particular position, I had over 36 applicants that I could choose from. But I chose her, right? And normally before I choose anybody, I make sure I get connected spiritually, because what I like to do, of course, your experience is important to me, but I also want to be sure that I incorporate that it's somebody who God wants to bless financially. Like this person may be in a very, draining season or a season of lack, and God wants to bless them. So he uses other people, of course, as a vessel to give you increase. So I always am very careful about making sure that, yes, I'm looking for certain things in the physical realm, but I'm also looking for things in the spiritual realm, so I can be sure that, we all are covered. So anyway, make a long story short, the point of the matter is, all these people who are looking for a job, because many people don't have a job, this one person is not even grateful for the job, right? You can say you are some days, maybe some days not. But when God has given you this kind of blessing, especially during these kind of times, your gratitude should be 24 hours a day. But yet I'm dealing with you calling in and schedule issues, and I'm dealing with nonsense, right? My staff job, I pay my staff to make my job less stressful, because my job is stressful. My calling is stressful. So if you're not helping me carry the load, and in fact, you're adding additional stress, you got to go, right? But before I fire anybody, I always come to them. It depends on what it is, first of all. If I got to let you go immediately, that's what I do. But when I can see the decline, and I can almost feel like God is going to eventually tell me to cut, I try to have that conversation. What I always do, I have that conversation. Like, listen, you slacking. I like you, but you're slacking. And I don't care how much I like you. I will never, ever jeopardize the blessing that God has blessed me with in my hard work, right? But listen, I'm seeing some things in the spiritual realm, and I'm telling you, It's close. Once God tells me, because see, I can try to save you all day. Kizzy can try to save you all day with this big heart and this, want to help the world mentality. But if God ever tells me, you got to go, you got to go. Don't let it get there. Please don't let it get there. Because no matter how much you cry, beg, or plead, I can't. It's not my decision. And boom, that happened. And so, of course, I had to start the process all over again of filling this position. And guess what? It might have been 18 hours where I got about a good 19 applicants, right? Within a few hours. Almost, it's heart-wrenching because some of these people are literally begging for a job. Just to be able to feed their children. Just to be, and here you're blessed with one. And you won't even do the right thing. So God is going to snatch it. And let me tell you now, you have to be careful when you play with God's blessings. Because see, you can mess around and lose your job or lose your marriage because you're doing this or whatever your thing is. And you think, okay, if I lose it, I'll get another one. Listen, that's your carnal mind thinking. When God steps in and he realizes that you're playing with him all kind of way, you about to hit a whole dry season. Not a month, not a year, a season. So it's going to be a long time before he opens any doors. It's going to be a long time before he gives you another chance because he's been warning you, but you want to play with him. And so that has been hitting me all day. Even when you go through like your drive-thrus, Starbucks or wherever, Wendy's, whatever you go, and you see these people who are just so ungrateful to be to work. And again, I get it. You're frustrated. You're dealing with all kind of spirits coming through that drive-thru, but you got to shift your thinking sometimes. And I think people really can't get to that point unless they've been there. That's why sometimes God got to snatch everything from you, because sometimes you don't even realize how good you got it until you lose it. And then when you get it back again, he gives you more, but you're more appreciative, you're more grateful. And so you try to tell and you try to help people to understand this so they don't have to go through that. But sometimes God's going to have to snatch that rug. And let me tell you something, when he's listen, when he snatched that rug, he's going to snatch your edges, he's going to snatch everything. And it's not to punish you. Maybe in part it is, but it's not really not to punish you. It's more so less to let you know, like, listen, okay, I'm going to dry you out. You're going to suffer for a while. I'm going to send it back, but I guarantee you the next time I send it back, you're going to know how to handle it. You're going to know how to be grateful for it. So guys, my whole point of this message is we all are going through something. People want to look at other people and they think because, okay, this person may be good financially. They don't look at the more blessed you are, the more responsible you are, the more you're called, the more, the more levels you got to climb. And you just don't climb levels. You go through storms and you go through, favor is not fair. And what's the other one? Favor is not fair and blessings come with sacrifice. You just don't go from level to level. You go through hell just to get to a next level. So don't think because somebody might have money or somebody may have influence or affluence or whatever, that this person's life is just hunky-dory. They're dealing with worse issues than you. It's just a different kind of issue. No, it may not be the repo man at the door, but they're dealing with way more things than you can even imagine. So the point of the matter is nobody have it easy. These people have been through it. But most importantly, God have watched them for a long time and saw that they were grateful for the small things, and then he will give you increase. And then he watched you there, and then he give you increase. Can he trust you when nobody else is looking? Can he trust you? Will you do the right thing when he's not looking? And then you go up and you go higher and you go higher and you go higher. That's a process. So it starts with being grateful for the small things. You may only be working part-time right now. Be grateful for that part-time job. Some people can't get a job. You may have to downsize and go to an apartment from a house. You have a roof over your head. You may have to eat rice and noodles for a month. You got something to eat. But you got to know that this is just a season. Not even a season. Like, this could shift tomorrow. You could have a job tomorrow, you know? So things can get better tomorrow. But you got to be grateful for what you got, you know? People are out here losing family members to COVID. People are burying, multiple family members. And here we're sitting here talking about bills and jobs and relationships and stuff. Petty stuff. So I just hope this encourages somebody. Encourage somebody. Because I'm tired of seeing ungrateful people all week. I've been seeing it all week. I'm so sick of it. But, yeah, guys, just be grateful for what you got, because better is coming. But just be sure you can't be mad with nobody else if you're not doing your part. God is watching you, and he will use people to bless you. So make sure you are, in the proper position to be able to receive. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.